الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في أول كلامنا اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في أوسط كلامنا اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في آخر كلامنا صلى الله على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. My dear respected brothers and elders, mothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with this beautiful day of Jumma. On this day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He orders us to send infinite salutations on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So we should spend this day by sending infinite salutations on the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we talk about this a number of times, that the more duroods and the more salawat and salam, durood or salam that we send on the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the closer we are to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on the Day of Judgment. My dear respected brothers and elders, I would like to mention a number of things today, time permitted. Number one is regarding this recent event that just took place. I wouldn't say event, I'd say tragedy. I'd say this tragedy that just took place recently where four beautiful young Muslim children, they passed away in a car crash. And it's not the first time, and I guess it won't be the last time. It's not the first time, and I hope it's the last time. And I guess it won't be the last time, because the following morning I received a message again that in Bradford again there was another police chase again. So the question arises is, when are we going to learn from our mistakes? How many youngsters do I have to lose? How many youngsters do we have to lose in our community? When is the message going to get across? What is it going to take? What is it going to take for someone to understand, or for the youngsters or anyone to make them understand that life is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we just use or just waste our life away recklessly, or if we just live for today, then have a look at those people walking to hospitals. You want qadr of your life. You want value of your life. If you want value of your life, go spend a day in a hospital. Just go for an appointment with someone. Just go for an appointment with someone. किसी के साथ अस्पताल चले जाओ किसी appointment के लिए. And you will see people that are bedbound. You will see youngsters that are bedbound. You will see elderly people that are bedbound, and all they want is a day in this world. They can get out of hospital, and the doctors say that they are fine. So my dear respected brothers and elders, mothers and sisters, we're going to talk about a number of things, but I am going to relate everything in the end with this tragedy that took place. How we can protect ourselves, how we can protect our children, how we can protect our brothers and our sisters. One thing that I would like to mention before I actually start is, whatever happened, happened. Whatever happened, happened. A day doesn't go past where we don't think about these brothers and youngsters. The amount of people that came to the majma, to the janazah salah as well, was massive. And for every single one of them, I myself have sent them a Quran. Regardless, you know what I mean? I don't know them, I heard about them, I have forwarded them a Quran that I have sent to them. Now one thing that I do want to say over here is, look guys, at the end of the day, these people, these children, they were someone's children. They were someone's brothers, they were someone's sisters, they had large families. Actually sharing the actual video, ask yourself, if, my family member was in this position, would I really want to share this video? Something to think about. We don't know what goes on in our houses. Tomorrow, if it happened with us, would I really want to see my brother being resuscitated by a police officer? Would I really want to see that? So regarding sharing the video, is it really necessary to share a video like this? This is the question. The message is getting across. People know, people understand, people know what's happened. But as a father, for example, myself, would I want to see my son in that position? Would I want someone to forward a video like this about my son? Would I want, as a sister, would I want my brother, Would I want someone to forward a video like this and say, look what happened to your brother? So before you forward anything like this, put yourself in this position. Put your family members in this position. Think a million times. You know, it's heartbreaking. Whatever happened, whatever happened has happened. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. But just think, whatever they went through, is it really, really necessary for me and you to forward that video? It's not necessary. You know, if someone sent you a message, you can watch it. You can watch it for yourself on the news, on Telegraph and Argus, and the end. But going out and sharing it on groups, you know, it's someone's son. How many times that father must have died after that? Are you understanding? To watch that over and over again. To watch that over and over again. How many times a mother must have passed away watching that, just killing herself, just watching that. Someone saying that, have you seen this video? So think, you know, regarding good things when we send across, it's okay. We delete them, we don't send them. You know, but regarding stuff like this, especially a massive tragedy in our community, do we need to forward anything like this? We don't need to forward anything like this. Just think, Ibrat is enough. For you to just hear about it, it's enough. And the word goes round anyway. So have a think about this. So we don't need to be sharing stuff like this. So we're going to start from scratch, where we came into this world. As a youngster, as a young child, when we came into this world. And then I'm going to try and build it up, and then we're going to try and connect it, and then we're going to try and take away some lessons from this today. My dear respected brothers and elders, mothers and sisters, when we came into this world, I'm going to talk about a relationship between a child and his mother. A child and his mother, stage by stage, stage by stage. When I came into this world, when you came into this world, and you opened your eyes, you know, when you opened your eyes and your mother was comforting you, how did we thank our mother? What were we doing? Someone tell me. Crying. What were we doing? Crying. Okay, we thanked our mother by crying. Okay, screaming our heads off. And if you don't cry, it's an issue, because the doctor will make you cry, because this is the difference between a stillborn child, and a child that, cries. So we came into this world. The moment we came into this world, how did we thank our mother? By crying. Allahu Akbar. Okay? Then when we reached the age of 1, when we reached the age of 1, okay, this is all connected. She fed us. She clothed us. Our mother fed us. And our mother, she clothed us. And how did we thank our mother all night? What did we do? Cry. Same again. How did we thank her? We cried. Okay? Then at the age of 2, she taught us how to crawl and she taught us how to walk. How did we thank our mother? We ran away from her. How did we thank our mother? We ran away from her. Now look, there's some things, you know, with the age, I've just put this together, there's some things with the age, you know, you'll think, oh no, but it's okay, let's just follow it. At the age of 4, she bought you crayons. At the age of 4, she brought you crayons. How did you thank your mother? What did you do? You coloured all the walls. £30 a roll. £30 a roll. What did you do? You started colouring all the walls. And that expensive sofa, they're £2,000. Yeah? You started colouring that sofa. Okay, that's how you thanked your mother. At the age of 5, when your mother dressed you up for holidays, how did you thank her? You went and started jumping around in mud. How did you thank her? You started jumping around in mud. At the age of 6, she walked you to school. She held your hand and she walked you to school. How did you thank her? All the way. Ask me about it. All the way she was screaming. The child was screaming. The child was screaming that I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school, and I don't want to go to school. Okay, that's how you thanked her. At the age of 7, your mother bought you a football. How did you thank her? You broke the next door neighbor's window. How did you thank her? These are just examples. I'm just trying to make you understand. So the whole end, we're going to reach a lesson. Okay? So she bought you a cricket bat. She bought you a ball. How did you thank her? You broke the next door neighbor's window. Okay, but she put up with it. Your mother put up with it. At the age of 8, she bought you a nice juicy ice cream. What did you do with this? You dropped it to the ground. You held it and it fell out of your hand. She didn't complain. So how did you thank her for this ice cream? It fell out of your hand. She didn't complain. At the age of 9, listen to this carefully. At the age of 9, she paid for your private tuition. At the age of 9, she paid for your private tuition. How did you thank your mother? You never turned up. And if you did turn up, you never paid attention. If you did turn up, you didn't pay attention, you weren't bothered. At the age of 10, she drove you, like now. She drives you from a friend's house to another friend's house. Your friend's house. Not her friend's house, your friend's house. She drives you from one place to another place. Drives you from one place to another place to another place to another place. How did you thank her? Every time you jumped out of the car, you didn't even shut the door. You didn't even look back and say, Mum, thank you. You just shut off. At the age of 11, she took you for shopping. Your mother took you for shopping. At the age of 11, your mother took you for shopping. Everything that you seen, you demanded that your mother buy it. This is how you thanked her. Yeah, at the age of 12, she said to you, she sat you down and she said, son, don't watch this and don't do this. Don't watch this and don't do this. How did you thank your mother? How did you thank your father? You did exactly what your mother and father didn't tell you to do. At the age of 13, she bought you an outfit. At the age of 13, your mother goes out and buys you an outfit. How did you thank your mother? You said to your mother, Mum, you have no taste. How did you thank your mother? Mum, I'm not wearing this. Mum, you have no taste. Okay? At the age of 14, she sent you away. You know, like we get these kids that go away for a full week. What's it called again? Holiday, but there's a certain name for it. Residential, that's the one, Jazakallah. Yeah, so she sent you to residential because you were kicking up a fuss. I want to go with my friends. So she sends you for residential. She buys you a mobile phone. You're always online, but for a full week, she doesn't receive a message. This is how you thank her. This is how you thank her. You're always online. She can see you're online. You're posting Snapchat. You're hanging off a hill. You've got away residential. Yeah, you're hanging off a hill and you're sending snaps. Yeah, and everyone's following, but you haven't got time for her. You haven't sent her a message. She bought you the phone. She's paying your bill. She's topping it up, but you haven't got time for her. At the age of 15, your mother, she comes home, she's tired. All she wants is a hug. All she wants is a hug. All she wants. She doesn't want anything else. Your mother is 15. You are 15. We're going in order. At the age of 15, your mother comes out from outside. She's been grafting, or she's been working, or she's just tired. She's been running around for you. At the age of 15, she comes inside the house. She wants just one hug from you. Appreciation. And what do? You push your mother away. This is how you thank her. How do you thank her? You push her away. How do you thank her? You run upstairs. How do you thank her? You lock the door. How do you thank her? She's breaking the door down and she's saying, son, open the door. All I want is just for you to hug me. But no, you're not interested. Your friends matter. You're a big timer now. You're a big timer now. You're the G. You're the G. She's nothing. She's Ummi G. You're the G. But just remember, she's Ummi G. Right? Okay. At the age of 16, you're always constantly on the phone with your friends. Yeah, but you never have time for her. That's how you thank her. You don't have time for your mother. You don't have time for your father. This is how you thank her. Look, I've gone from scratch for you to understand. And I can relate to it. Okay? And maybe you guys can relate to it as well. But even if you can't relate to it, try relating to it. At the age of 17, okay, at the age of 17, 18, my dad started teaching me a car at the age of 17, okay? Regarding official and non-official, yeah, I know I'm on camera, yeah? Regarding official and unofficial, yeah, we're not talking about that, right? But at the age of 17, just say your mother or your father starts teaching you how to drive. What do you do to thank them? You take their car without their permission. They go to sleep, mashallah, isha parke wo so gaye, you grab the keys, and mashallah, you're on the street with your mates. You're chilling. You're the big timer now. You're the big man. This is how you thank her. This is how you thank them. At the age of 19, you graduated. She cried. Your father cried. Yeah. How did you thank her? At the age of 19, you graduated. You got your certificates. You got everything. How did you thank your mother? And how did you thank your father? You partied all night. You never came back home. She cried. She cried for you. What did you do? You were busy partying, phone after phone, phone after phone. Oh, it's mum, forget her. Oh, it's dad, forget her, forget him. You partied all night. This is how you thanked your mother and father. At the age of 19, you know, some people go out of town and they go studying and everything, yeah? Your mother and father dropped you off there. Your mother and father picked your bags up. Your mother and father made sure you were comfortable in your room. How did you thank your mother and how did you thank your father? You waved goodbye from the window because you were embarrassed that your friends see your mother and father. Allahu Akbar. Yeah? You were embarrassed. You didn't want your friends to say, who's that? You didn't want them. You didn't want your friends to ask, who's this and who's that and who's this? Is this your mum or is this your dad? So from far from the window, you just waved from the 15th floor, Mum, see you later. And you sent a message. This is reality. This is what's happening. At the age of 20, when you start earning some dough, at the age of 20, when you start earning some money, yeah, your mother asks you, or your father asks you, that where are you getting all this money from? What's the answer? How do you thank her question? How do you thank her all your life? And how do you thank a question that she asked? What do you say? Mind your own business, Mum. Mind your own business. Mind your own business, Dad. What's it to you? What have you earned? This is what we said. Mind your own business. Look, another point over here I just want to make. Okay, look, if my son, I know my son, example. If my son is 18 years old, 19 years old, and my son walks into my house one day, and he parks a nice flash car outside here, isn't it my job to ask him? Is it not my job to ask him that, Beta, mashallah, hari gadi she, but can't you like it? You know, is it not my job to ask him that, putra, gaddi soni hai, kitthon aayi hai? Is it not my job to ask him? Is it not our job to ask your children that, where did you get this from? My 18, 19-year-old son, when he parks a nice flash car outside, he walks into the house and he says, Dad, look at my watch, Gucci watch, 3 grand. What do you think? And your dad hasn't got 3 grand in savings. Isn't it your job to ask him that, where did you get this watch from? Sometimes this is where we go wrong. Sometimes the signs are there. The signs are there. You've grafted all your life and you've got this amount of savings. Your son is 18, 19 years old. He's walked inside with a Gucci watch. This is not a Gucci watch. This is a Seiko. It's a nice £100 one, mashallah. Do dua, Allah gives you more. Dua to inshallah. Yeah. So, if your son walks into the house with anything, if your son walks into the house and puts 2 grand on the table in front of your mum and says, Ammi ji, enjoy. What is your job? Not kick him out. Why would you want to kick him out? Find out. Get to the root of the problem. You don't kick him out the first time. You say, oh, allow, but tell us. You say, bring more, but tell us where you're getting it from. This is where we fail. This is where, these are signs that are coming up. This is where we're failing. You're not interested. You take that money. But when you're going to get next 10 grand, I need to put some windows in my Makoti in Pakistan. This is where we're going wrong. The moment they walk inside, you should question them. It doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter, as a father, guys just go up and go to sleep. It's the mum that takes all the headache. She'll wake up, she'll come down. And when the son walks in, the mother will say, she won't ask him where she's been. She won't ask him where he's been. What will she say? Have you ate? What will she say? Khana khaya. This is a mother's love. She'll say that where. She won't ask him where you've been and that. It doesn't matter if he smells of alcohol. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he smells of cocaine or cannabis or ecstasy. It doesn't matter because you can smell these things. It doesn't matter if he smells of sharab. But what will she say? She'll say, Beta, khana khaya. If you haven't ate, I'll put some food on for you. Anyway, moving on. So at the age of 21, your mother and father, they suggest you careers. They suggest you that take this option, do this, do this, do this. How do you thank your mother and father? What do you say? I don't want to end up like you. Allahu Akbar. You don't want to end up like them. Okay, at the age of 22, when you've got more graduation and everything, your mother and father, they hug you. And what's your demand? I want to go to Europe with my friends. I want to go to Europe with my friends. You pay for me. This is reality, guys. It's reality. You can't turn away from this. We abuse we abuse the love of our parents. We abuse it. You know, it's okay, they say they love you, but it's alright. You push them to their limits. Sometimes you push them out of their limits. Okay? At the age of 23, you move out and you go into your mate's pads now. You go into your mate's pads. Your mates matter now. Your father doesn't matter. Your mother doesn't matter. But still, your mother will go out of her way. Still, your mother, she will sacrifice her furniture at home and she'll put furniture in your house that you need, even if it's simple. And how will you repay her? You'll say, oh, this is all ugly, mate. Mom, what's this sofa? She'll sacrifice her own stuff. But in return, what will you say? How will you thank her? You'll say, Mom, this bed and all this is all ugly stuff, man. I don't want all this. Then at the age of 24, she'll suggest to you a spouse. Beta shadi kar lo. Beti shadi kar lo. What will you say? Mother, please, give me a break. Mother, please. This is how you thank her. At the age of 25, she pays for your wedding. At the age of 25, these are just examples I'm giving, yeah? At the age of 25, she pays for your wedding. What do? You move away so far, you never return. This is how you thank your mother. This is how you thank your mother. So you move away so far, you never return. At the age of 30, you have a child. Your mother rings you and she gives you some tips on how to take care of your baby. She gives you some tips on how to take care of your baby. What do you say? Mother, times are different now. Allahu Akbar. Mother, times are different now. You don't need to tell me all this. At the age of 40, your mother rings you and she says to you that your relative is ill. And what do you say? How do you thank her for saying this? You say to her that, Mother, I'm busy, I've got no time. At the age of 50, when she needs care, when she's ill, when she needs care, what do you say in return? You send her a massive message that you've just copied from somewhere, saying that how parents, when they age, they become a burden. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, you send her a message. You send her a massive message, yeah, that how parents, they age, and how they become a burden on children. And then one day what happens is you realize someone sends you a message that your mother has passed away. Your father has passed away. So then one day you receive a message that your mother has passed away and your father has passed away. And then you realize, guys, that all the things that I should have done, I didn't do. All the things that I should have done, I didn't do. And I'll tell you one other thing, yeah. I'll tell you one other thing. You know the way you treat your parents, the way you treat your parents, you will get it exactly, if not more, in this world. So if you've walked out of your house like a big timer, you smashed the door, right, and said, Mom and Dad, you don't know me. You don't know me, what I'm capable of doing, and where life can take me. And where life can take me. And you walk out of the house, your children will do the same. And remember this, your children will do exactly the same. Now look, guys, as youngsters, what happens is, there's a number of reasons that we get it wrong and we have to leave this world at an early stage. We end up dying, we end up killing ourselves. Okay? There's a number of reasons. Now look, we're not talking about all the people, I'm not talking about respect to everyone that has passed away in a car crash. Respect. Muslim, non-Muslim. Whatever the issue, we're not talking about that. Like I said to you, I have sent a Quran individually to them. But I want to save the youngsters. We're talking about the youngsters of today. And even if one youngster walks away from here thinking that, you know what it is, my parents did so much for me, I really need to sort my life out. Or the friends, or the things that I am doing now, they need to change. Then it's good. Because one person will save their life. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we're not talking about all the people that have passed away in tragedies like this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them Jannatul Firdaus, whatever their situation. But look, let me explain one thing to you. If you're sitting in a car for whatever reason, and the guy is driving crazily fast, you can stop him somehow, can't you? You can stop him. Okay, but what happens today is there's a number of things that come together, and instead of slowing this person down, we egg him on. Go faster, faster, faster. And then this is the consequences that we have to face, loss of life. Now, one life has not been lost over here. How many lives were lost? 4 lives. Is that a small thing? 4 direct families, different families have been affected. You understand what I'm saying? So look, if you ever get into a situation like this where someone hires a car, he's young, and he hires a car, and you end up in this car, it's simple, just say, look, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And if they say you're a chicken, go out, stand out and go out and lay an egg. Go out, get out, lay an egg, go home. You've got a mobile phone, it doesn't matter how far you are. Your life matters. Your life matters. If they start laughing at you, just get out of the car, just say, stop the car, guys. I want out. It's easier. It's easier, and you will get back home. Okay, you will get back home. So look, there's a number of things that we want to talk about over here. Number 1 is friendship. It is friendship. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, you want to recognize this person, recognized by the friends that he has. So for example, if I hang out with some mates, someone wants to know how I am, they should look at my friends. Who do I hang out with? Okay? Is my group the one that comes to the masajids? Or is my group the one that goes to nightclubs, clubbing, hiring cars, fast cars, smoking skunk, smoking dope, smoking marijuana? Even the name is bad. In Gujarati we say marijuana. What do we say? Marijuana. It's marijuana, isn't it? Same thing. Yeah, so marijuana is going to kill you, ain't it? So smoking, look, if you look at the names as well, dope. Can I have some dope? You're dope, Can I have some skunk? Can I have some, what is it, cannabis? Can I have some ecstasy? There's one that's name is Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. So all these names. So look, if your mates are doing stuff like this, look, sometimes it starts with just a cigarette. And sometimes you accept that cigarette just because you have to. You want to fit in. You don't want to be different. You don't want to be called names. I told you a million times, it's better to say no then. Your mates are hanging out. Benson and Hedges, Silkut. You understand? Smoking away. Right? I'm not against any smoker, don't get me wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, Quran says, La taqtulu anfusakum. Do not kill yourselves. Do not kill yourselves. Now someone give me one good reason for smoking. Many people say, it de-stresses me, it relieves me, it releases me. Quran does a lot more. Listen to the Quran. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against any smoker. You understand? You don't need to stop coming to Masjid Nurul Islam and reading the Namaz behind me. It's okay, don't worry. But the point that I'm trying to make is sometimes the friendship, the friends that you hang around with, the groups that you hang around with, and the smoking habits that we get into, sometimes they add on, and then sometimes you can't get out of it. Look, every single youngster over here, I see potential in every single one. In every single one. I was talking to my class the other day. Look, we went through a few things. Look, every single day, when you wake up in the morning, you work it out that this is what I did. So for example, I'm just giving you a simple example. In the morning when I got up, what does it say in one of the du'as? رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. Ya Allah, give me good in this world and give me good in the hereafter as well. What does it mean by good in this world? It just doesn't mean that you have to live simple. You can earn money. You can make halal money, I'm talking about. You can live a good healthy life. You can live a good wealthy life and you can still be a Muslim. You can have a £500,000 mansion and you can still be a good Muslim. You can have a large amount of Ferraris parked up outside, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti. You can have all the good cars, flash cars outside, but you can still be a good Muslim. You can have everything. Look, I'll give you another example. Having money, there's nothing wrong with it. If you use it correctly. I'll give you a simple example. Many people say that, Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in, they lived a very poor life. Yeah, you're right. But does that mean, alright, okay, Islam says, Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in, all of them were poor and they didn't really do anything for dunya because they knew the hereafter. So because of that, we're going to live a lifestyle like that. It's good. If you can, then it's good. You understand? But at the same time, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you potential, then you use your potential. You just don't be a dope standing on the corner. What time is it? Buy a watch, mate. What time is it? Oh, Molly, what time is it? Go have a lolly, man. You stand on the corner. Allah's given you potential, use it. I'll give you a simple example. Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala. Let me ask you something. Okay, Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he did I'lan. And he says that we're going out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want someone to help me with this amount, with money or whatever they can give. Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala, and on the spot he brought 100 camels. One camel is equivalent to one Ferrari of today. Where did they come from? Did he just go like this? 100 camels. Where did they come from? He had them. He had them. Is that right? You have to have something to give it away. You have to have something to give it away. The point that I'm trying to make is just don't be a sad guy sitting there at the age of 12. You ask people, what do you want to do in your life? I don't know. If you don't know, then who knows? You go ask a non-Muslim child, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? They'll give you a massive list. You ask a Hindu child, he'll tell you. You ask a Sikh child, he'll tell you. Our Muslim children, what do you want to do when I grow up? I'll work in my dad's takeaway. Come on, man. So you youngsters, you've got potential. You can do something with your lives. Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala, he gave 100 camels. How did he give 100 camels? Because he had them. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did I'lan again. We need more. Usman radiallahu ta'ala, he gave another 100. How did he give them? He had them. There's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with going out there and earning it. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. You can have flashcards. I'll tell you the truth. If I had the money, I'd be driving a Lamborghini. I won't mind. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. Let Malana drive. If you've got it, it's halal. I've earned it halal. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright? So the point that I'm trying to make over here is Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala gave, not 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, because he had them. This mentality that I just want to get the age of 16 and 17 and go sign on and get 40, 50 quid a week and I'll be alright. Dad's loaded anyway. Yeah, then that's a wrong mentality. Every single youngster over here, you have got potential in you. I was listening to a talk the other day. He says, don't become a doctor. Wait, I haven't finished the sentence off yet. Don't become just a doctor. Aim to be running a hospital as a Muslim. Don't just become a doctor. Oh, this is my field. I don't know anything else. No. Aim to run a hospital. Don't just become a guy that goes around with these go-karts. Aim to fly planes. For the correct reasons. Of course, mashallah. Yeah, aim to fly planes. Become a pilot. Don't just limit yourself. At the age of 12 and 13, there's more to life than Fortnite. There's more to life than Fortnite. You know what Fortnite is, don't you? What is it? What is Fortnite? Someone remind me. Games. Now look, speeding cars. Where do children get the buzz from? Where do we get the addiction from? Games. Where do we get the addiction from? Why do you want to drive a fast car? Because at the age from 4 to 5, that's all you've been doing. I got a call the other day, and he said, can you do dua for my son? He goes, nightclub. Right? I go, mashallah, we'll do dua for him. Ijtimai dua, infilabi dua. You just do dua. Now look, I'll explain one thing to you. At the age of 2 or 3, Eid day, yeah, at the age of 2 and 3, your son, my son for example, at the age of 2, and you have music on inside your house, you have music inside your car, and your son's dancing, in today's time and age, remind me, what do? Snap it. Snapchat it. Let the world see. Let the world see my child is doing the moves. Everyone asks, where did he learn it from? Oh, Abuji, isn't it? Abuji used to do the moves. Right? At the age of 2, he's doing these moves. At the age of 3, he's doing these moves. You're putting it out there on WhatsApp. You're letting the world see. At the age of 4, he's doing this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At the age of 18, when he really wants to do it now, then you want to put a stop to it. It's too late. You've taught him. Then you want to put a stop to it. Then all his life, what has he been doing? Doing the moves. All his life, what has he been doing? He's been doing the moves.
Outside door. Okay, of course.
Okay. So all his life, what has he been doing? He's been doing the moves. Okay, so what happens now is you can't stop him now. You can't stop him now. Even with games, even with children playing games, I want to say this, and it's really, really important that I'll tell you this, yeah? In many games, Many games, there's so many games out there that our Muslim children are playing, and our Muslim children are constantly playing, and in there there's disrespect for Islam. There's disrespect for Islam. I can give you a number of names, okay? Let's just have a look at this here. In there, the insult in Islam, and if you can watch it on YouTube as well if you want, yeah? There's a game called Guitar Hero 3. I mean, this is not the one that children play, but it's a game called Guitar Hero 3, yeah? And you have to jump on stages. And on this stage, it says Allah's name. On this stage, it says Allah's name, so people are standing there and they're playing a game, okay? There's another game, okay? Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is it? Resident Evil 4. If you look at this game, in this game, there's a part in this game where there's Quran scattered all over the floor, and you have to shoot the Quran. You watch it, there's many clips on it. Resident Evil 4. There's Quran scattered all over, and you have to shoot the Quran papers to get on to the next level, okay? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, yeah? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. There's a frame, and it's in the bathroom, and it's above the toilet. And there's frames all over, but in this frame, there's ayat of Quran. On this frame, if you look closely, there's ayat of Quran. Mine and your children are playing away. In fact, not just playing away, Abuji's got the pad as well. And you know, he's shooting at that frame. You have to shoot the frame or whatever, yeah? You have to go around and shooting and stuff, right? And it says Allah's name on it. On one of the frames, there was Quranic ayat. On one of the frames, it says, Inna Allaha jamilun yuhibbul jamal. Inna Allaha jamilun yuhibbul jamal. Allah is beautiful, and Allah loves beauty. And you're busy shooting that frame, mashallah. So look, these things, when they're put together, you look at even games, fast games, you know, car games, even aggressive games, shooting people. You understand what I'm saying? It makes, look, your eyes are the gateway to your soul. Your eyes, they are the gateway to your soul. So when you're watching this, a child will constantly play a game 4 to 6 hours, no issue whatsoever. Carry on playing. And the stages that they go through, okay? Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is it? Call of Duty Black Ops 2, the Quran is in the gutter. Allah and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his name is on a tunnel. In a tunnel, underground tunnel. You know, open your eyes, guys. You know, what's it going to take for me and you to understand? You know, there's so much out there. Grand Theft Auto 5, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appears on the ground. The name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appears on the ground. And there's another one, it's called Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia. And in there he's got a sword. And in there he's got a sword, and on this it says, spread the teachings. On the sword it says, what does it say? Spread the teachings. Now, we get blamed for spreading Islam by the sword, don't we? This is what we get blamed for. On this sword, Prince of Persia, it says, spread the teachings, and it's related to Islam, and it's related to Muslims. Okay, Devil May Cry, is it? 3. Devil May Cry 3, is it? There's a demonic door. There's a door that you have to go through. You know, you have to go through stages, and you've got doors to go through. The door is the door of Kaaba. The door is the door of Kaaba. In another game, the door is the door of Madinatul Munawwara. You know, when you go to Rawza Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, look into it. Walk away from here and type it, Google it, and you'll get all your answers. You understand what I'm saying? So these are things, guys. Yeah, there's a, what do you call it? There's another game, and in there, there's 2 Quranic ayats that are recited. Not recited, but they are sung. They are sung. One is Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut, and the second one is Kullu man alayha fan. So our children are playing these games. It's going to have an effect on them. You're driving constantly, you're playing a game, fast cars. You're shooting people. You understand what I'm saying? You're killing people. You're running people over. You know, it's going to have an effect on you. You're going to want to do that in real life. You feel like as if you're going to get a buzz. You want to do that, and you are going to get a buzz. I'll leave you with one thing. If you still walk away from here today, or if you're listening to me, and you still walk away from here today and you think that, you know what it is, Molly's just chatting, alright? And you know what it is, I'm just going to carry on. We're never going to have an accident. We're never going to die. We're never going to do this. We're never going to do that. Imagine someone knocks your father over, and your father's left for dead just because of speeding. Imagine someone knocks your mother over. Imagine someone knocks your wife over. Imagine someone knocks your 6-year-old daughter over. Just think, I received a message just the other day from a brother from Birmingham. He bought some books off me just recently, and he sent me a message and he said, do dua for me because my 6-year-old daughter has just been involved in a car crash. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she's passed away on the spot. Imagine you have to bury your 6-year-old daughter. You have to put her in the ground just because of a car accident. How would you feel? So walk away from here. So if you still have the urge of going out and speeding, hiding cars, stealing cars, drugs, alcohol, when all these things come together, we're not talking about what happened in the past, we're talking about from here and onwards, from us. When all these things come together, then we have to pay a price, and sometimes we have to pay this price with our life. And sometimes we end up going somewhere where there's no return. And it doesn't matter how many people cry now. All these people that have passed away now, they're never going to come back. Me and you have a chance. So if there's someone in your family like this, speak to them. If there's a friend like this, speak to them. One last thing, so many girls sneak out of their houses at night. 12, 13-year-olds, 16-year-olds. So many girls sneak out of their houses just to go joyriding. Trust me, they never return. The only time they come is when their mother and father have to come and recognize their daughter, who they thought was asleep, but climbed down the drain pipe and ended up dead. So walk away from here and think, what do I really want in life? What is the purpose of my life? Is it speeding cars, drugs, alcohol, clubbing? Because that's what's going to happen.